Think we're live, think we're live. So guys, I've did a few live streams this week, but the streams I've did have actually been quite late. The first one, I think it was about 11 or something like that. And the one I did last night was like half 9, 10. So I thought I would do something a little bit earlier. I've got about an hour or so. And just going to talk about some random things, and if some people drop by, my beautiful, lovely, delightful subscribers, if they drop by, I'll chat to them as well. I was talking about this in the stream last night. My hope is that eventually, obviously, when I'm sitting here myself, what I'm talking about, I'll just go off on a tangent, I'll start talking about things, but my hope is that I get to the certain point where it's not just me talking, because if it was kind of just me talking, I'm as well just recording the video. But I'd like to get to the point where during a live stream, it's me just chatting to subscribers and reacting to what people say in the chat. So if people post links, I'll check them out and all that kind of thing. More like a community thing, because I think if it's just me talking for an hour, I might as well just record it. It's more about the back and forth. That's what I'm looking for long term. But obviously my channel isn't big enough yet, but that's what I'm looking for long term. So I'm going to talk about tech, gaming, and maybe Bitcoin. Bitcoin's obviously been in the news a lot this week. And see, the more you read about Bitcoin, the more you read about the whole cryptocurrency and all that kind of thing, the more you read about the technology behind it and what they're actually trying to achieve, the more you actually believe in it, and the more you realize this thing is here to stay. And it gives you more belief that, these crashes are temporary, they'll go back up. But what's also become very, very key, very, very apparent, is that a lot of old mainstream companies and news media, they're the kind of source of all the negativity of cryptocurrency. They're all the ones saying, if there's like 50 investors saying invest in Bitcoin and there's one that doesn't, they'll interview the one that says who doesn't, and they'll put him as if he's an authority, and they'll do a big article about it. I've seen it in the UK with The Independent, The Guardian, The Sun and all that. The interesting thing is that all the shareholders and all the main owners of these newspapers and television studios, these guys are investing in Bitcoin. This is what you need to realise. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but yeah, obviously they're trying to manipulate things so that the price goes down. But the other thing was BitConnect. Now, I was kind of out of the loop of this. This isn't something that I paid attention to until it ended. BitConnect was essentially a Ponzi scheme. It's a classic Ponzi scheme. I can spot these things a mile away. There's lots of Ponzi schemes that try and disguise themselves as something else. That's the beauty of the Ponzi scheme. The whole system, the whole strategy of a Ponzi scheme is that you make money by referring other people and telling them to buy into it. That's how it works. But there's a lot of people that don't realize that. For example, Herbalife is a classic Ponzi scheme. You can't just buy Herbalife. If you want to distribute it, you need to buy a set amount, and then you can distribute it. It's a classic kind of Ponzi scheme setup. You make money by referring other people, and you make commissions and all that kind of thing. But BitConnect was like that, and a lot of people were investing money into it. Now, I kind of missed the boat on that, but I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I had seen it, I know I would have spotted that as a Ponzi scheme right away, because I've been involved in affiliate marketing for like 18 years, and people in the affiliate marketing world, I try, I've always tried to go the ethical route. I don't, whenever I've made money through affiliate marketing, it's always been, I've tested this product or I've bought this product, I like it. If you want to buy it, click on this link. I'll get a 5%, 10% commission, that kind of thing. But there's other people who don't subscribe to that kind of ethos, and what they do is they'll say anything and they'll publish anything in order to get a commission. And I've saw this in the blogging world with people who I used to respect, I thought they were great bloggers, and then they found out something that was like a Ponzi scheme, and they started referring people. Like John Chow used to do that. He started referring people to these multi-level marketing schemes. Just a Ponzi scheme. The only way you make money is by referring other people, and they try and offer you free ebooks and all that, but it's a scam. So what I did instead was publish articles and videos warning people against that. Now, going back to the BitConnect thing, it was kind of like this thing where You exchange your Bitcoin and you got BitConnect coins. But there was a lot of people, the people that were driving this forward and the people that were making money out of it seems to have been YouTubers. But not just YouTubers, young YouTubers that don't have a clue about, you know, anything. And there was a few of them. I think someone mentioned Crypto Nick. There was a few other kind of usernames popped up there. And these guys are like 17. They don't have an understanding of. Well, I'm not saying they're stupid. Obviously they're not. And you know, 17, I was probably, you know, I was very intelligent in many ways, but in others I wasn't. They've not got experience in many things. And what they did was they knew that they can make money through referrals, and they started telling people to start putting money in it, and that made them a huge amount of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, there's a lot of sad stories out there about this, where people have, like, say, $20,000 life savings, and they've put it into something like BitConnect, and then they've lost it because the thing's crashed. And it's really sad. It's a shame. A lot of people say, well, that's a lesson for them, but really they need to go to the source of the people that recommend these kind of Ponzi schemes and stop those people that are influencing people to do that. But seriously, as far, you know, someone said this the other day. I published a video just showing people my mining rig, and someone left an aggressive, abusive comment, which ultimately I just deleted and blocked the user because he kept saying Kevin's saying all these things. But what he said was, don't trust Kevin. He's telling you to invest in Bitcoin. And I was like, I started replying at first before I read his other abusive spammy messages, and I was like, listen, I'm not telling anyone to do anything. In fact, in my video, I say, don't invest in Bitcoin, don't do anything like this, don't mine, don't do anything until you've spent a long time researching the issue, researching everything. And that's the thing. I don't want to give anyone advice on this channel about, you know, what you should invest in, all that kind of thing. I'm not a trader, and I'm not going to be trading. I'm going to be mining. I'm trying to mine altcoins and Bitcoins. This is a kind of subject that I normally tackle on my other YouTube channel, and it's something that I tackle on my blog, but really just, this is kind of crossing the divide a little bit, and you're seeing a lot of people that don't normally involve themselves in making money online and in, you know, trading, all that kind of thing, and they're getting involved thinking, I can make money here. I'm not saying, I mean, the general rule of thumb is if it's too good to be true, then it is. Then it isn't. Then it is too good to be true. I'll go that back to front there. If it's too good to be true, it is. Not always the case, but 99% of the time, yes, it's very, it pays dividends to be cautious, to be suspicious, to be cynical almost, you know, just always wonder what the agenda is of these people. There's YouTubers and they'll say, oh, you should join up to this, it's the most amazing thing ever, and you're like, this guy's 17 and all he's doing is pushing his affiliate link. All this guy wants is for you to click his link, deposit money, so he makes money. That doesn't mean that you make money. The only way that you make money, because it's a Ponzi scheme, is by doing the same and bringing more people into it. So just be careful. You know, it's kind of one of those things that I don't like seeing people losing money, and you know, people shouldn't be gambling with money they can't afford to lose, but people get caught up. I mean, I guess it's the nature of humans, you know, especially if you're struggling. It's not, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's greed. I think it's just when people are struggling with money and they want to improve their life, they think that this shortcut to success is going to work, and it doesn't. It's a shame though. It's a shame. I don't like reading or seeing anyone who's lost a lot of money because of these companies scamming anyone. But just be careful. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I won't go on too much about that, but that's something you need to be careful about. But Bitcoin in general, it seems to have stabilized between, in the UK money, like 8 and 8.5 grand. But mining wise, this is the thing, like for the mining, for what I'm doing, I've not cashed out any of the coins that I've earned yet, and it pays for me to keep it there. So I'm going to, in a month's time, I'm going to be in a position where, should I cash out or should I just leave the coins and try and get money, you know, make money from elsewhere, and just leave them sitting there? I don't know. This is something I'm going to have to think about. The other thing I was talking about on last night's stream was the Samsung 9. This is something that will be out soon, hopefully. It will hopefully. Alright, let me see. Try and get this browser. Anyway, I'm talking away here. I'm not even listening to you guys. If you're watching the stream, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Add to the discussion. This display fusion kind of messes up sometimes. Right, okay. Down. Right, okay, I think that's right. We bring this down. Boom. Right. There we go. I got off tangent, but I got my first collection of abusive trolls and spammers yesterday when I was doing the live stream. I'd only been on I was talking to William, who's been watching the live stream a lot recently, and a couple of people just arrived. It's like 3 or 4 just instantly. I don't know if YouTube maybe displayed my video, I don't know, maybe on the homepage or whatever. But there's like just 3 or 4 people just started up, and they just started abusive messages. They started sending all these abusive messages, just trolling me and saying all these horrible things. One of the guys was confusing. He said something completely. One guy, I won't say the word, but he said a very insulting. He said a few insulting words. Another one said, called me a baldy, and then a swear word. Again, I won't say the word, but I shave, by the way. I do have hair. But the last guy was confusing because what he did, he said something completely abusive, horrible thing to me. And then, like, the next one, he said, great channel, love the channel. And you're like, what? Like, you not think I just saw all the abusive messages you just posted? Yeah. So I imagine they're kids. I don't know. I suspect. Like, what grown adult would actually go around YouTube channels and post abusive messages? Yeah. Funny. I suspect if you're a YouTuber or a Twitch, what do they call themselves? Twitch users? Twitchers? I don't know. I suspect if you are someone who uploads videos and and you do live streams, I suspect you have to deal with these guys, every now and then you need to add moderators. You need to add people who will moderate your stream and make sure that these people don't ruin the chat. So yeah, that's something I need to something I need to look forward to. It's quite funny. Well, in fact, at the time it was slightly annoying because I was playing a game at the time and I was like, oh no, I was trying to alt tab and play the game and try and moderate. But yeah, need to deal with it. So right, what was I going to talk about? If I bring this up, let me see. I will bring this up. Right, I touched upon this. I touched upon this yesterday. Samsung S9. The reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, most of other phones of the year, the flagship phones are 6 months away at least, if not more. The Samsung S9 was seen as announced in February. I reckon in a few weeks we'll get some, the rumours are starting to become more realistic about what you're getting. The more truth in the rumours. We should maybe get a release date in March, I think. March, April is normally when they come out. So, let me see. Skim by this stuff. Right, so yesterday I talked about the Snapdragon 845. I looked at that. So, right, I talked about this as well. See, last year, the Samsung S8 and S8 Plus launched at both 679 and 779. See these prices. I noted this recently, last night. When the phone comes out, SIM-free, it's like 650, 700 in the shops for the first month or two. But normally there's a deal on Amazon Italy or Amazon France or Amazon España. Something like that. There's normally a deal and you can order it and save yourself about £150. There's always like a significant saving. I don't know why, but it's always sold cheaper in one part of Europe. It has been for the S8, the S7, S6. So hopefully that'll be the same this year and there'll be a deal. I wouldn't want to be paying £800 for the phone because, quite frankly, within about 6 months, the value will drop down about £500, £400. And that's too big a drop in my opinion. Plus, at that point, is a phone really worth £800? Is it? Is it worth that much? I don't think it is. I mean, I paid £600 for this HTC U11, and in hindsight, I should have waited and got the Nokia 8. And I love this phone, but I digress. Okay, enough yapping. Here are the stats. This is the good stuff. the good stuff. So the Snapdragon 845, 4GB of RAM. Is that good? Well, here's the thing. I've got 4GB in mine, right? And most of the flagships last year had at least that. I know, you know, things like the OnePlus 5 and 5, what was the second one? T. I think those had 6 and 8, depending on which version you had. But I would say I still think 4GB is enough. I've never seen that struggle with anything. And 4GB probably saves money. So I think 4GB will be fine this year. Maybe next year you're going to want as a minimum 6GB, 6 or 8 for a flagship. I think there's nothing really pushing it. 2 super speed 12 megapixel cameras, whatever that is. Hopefully they'll explain. 64GB internal, up to 256 with micro SD. Rear mounted fingerprint reader, that's good. The positioning last time was bad, but apparently they've improved that. Water resistant, IP68 for dust and water and whatnot. Bixby, that sucks. USB 3.1 Type C. Headphone jack, yay, that's good. Android 8, yay. Stereo speakers, more yay. Right, so the other thing is got quick charge 4 plus, sorry. And the Snapdragon 845 will have that across the board. You'll get either quick charge 4 or quick charge 4 plus. So empty to 50% in 15 minutes. That is awesome. Awesome. That's really good. That's, I mean, I've got to the point, I used to always, like, for as long as I owned a phone, I would always charge my phone at night. So when I went to bed, I'd charge the phone so that when you woke up, you had a full charge. I don't even do that anymore. I'll charge it for, you know, 20 minutes in the morning, maybe if I'm ready to go out. But you don't need to, because it survives longer now. Overnight, it's dropping like 1% or 2. It's really, really good. The technology's moved forward a lot over the last few years. Ah, lovely, delicious water. Right. Right, okay, about this Bixby thing that I said is bad, right? I tried this with my friends. It's got this, it's like a Samsung software thing. I think is Bixby. In fact, let's Google that so that I don't say the wrong thing. I think it's like a kind of like an Alexa type thing. A smarter way to use your phone. Yeah, it's an assistant thing, right? Okay, I didn't think it was that good, but the problem was last year they had the volume buttons. They had the, I think it was a camera button, but they had a button that was only for Bixby. And you couldn't change it. You couldn't, like, it could only be Bixby. So there was a lot of people hitting it by accident. It would open Bixby and all that. They couldn't change it. You couldn't remove it. Eventually, I'm talking after 6 or 7 months of people owning the phone, they changed it so that it didn't launch Bixby. But I think they didn't give an option to change what it did. So what you had was a phone with a button that did nothing. So it was either nothing or an assistant. Now, that's crappy. that's a really poor way of handling things. The reason I'm saying that is, like, say like HTC U11, right? They've got the Edge Sense thing where you squeeze the phone and it launches the camera. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, I'm not going to buy that phone. That squeezy thing's a gimmick. But you can turn it off. You can turn off the squeeze function. I think it's actually quite handy, but you can turn it off. You can change the strength of it, but more importantly, you can change what it does. You can change it so that it launches Alexa. You can change it so that it opens your browser. You can change it that it opens a specific app or does something, puts on a flashlight. You can change it to do anything. It's really, really good. But I mean, generally speaking, what I do is I keep the, what do they call it again? Edge Sense. I keep the squeezy things called Edge Sense. I keep Edge Sense off. And then if I'm out somewhere, I'm taking lots of photos, I'll turn it on and then I can just take photos. But that was the problem with this Bixby thing. Bixby thing, hopefully they fixed this, but the button was either Bixby or nothing. Let us control what it does. If you add a button, it should be able to be changed. Right, okay, enough yapping. Onto the camera. Dual lens camera, which they were calling 2 super speed 12 megapixel cameras. Sensor cable of 960 frames per second. Right. So 12 megapixel rear camera, so f1.5 and f2.4 sensor. Okay, and then we've got the design. kind of par for the course, really. There, isn't it? I mean, all the Samsung since the what was the one they stopped? Was it the I think Samsung was it the Samsung S5 was the last one that they had with the removable battery. That was one of the good things about the Samsung phones. They all, you know, the 4, the 3, the 4, the 5, they all had removable batteries. You know, I had a friend Joe used to always, he had like the Samsung S4, I think it was, and he used to always take it out, put in a new battery, take it out, and he'd take a few batteries out of him if he was out for the night, if he was, you know, doing things. But I think it was since the 6 and this, you know, the EdgeSense thing, it's always had this very similar design since then, and they've just tweaked it every year, just ever so slightly. Size wise, most likely 5.8 inches. S9 Plus will be 6.2. Okie dokie. Right. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. So basically in a few weeks we should see that being announced, like concrete specs. These are the official specifications. As I was saying this last night, I think this phone looks good, but my reservation with Samsung has always been the way they handled the software side. That Bixby thing being an example. The other thing being all these fitness apps, all these health apps, all these other apps. You know, the whole point of... I kind of see why they would do things like this, right? The reason... They're just handling it wrong. The whole point of the App Store is that if you don't like something, like your default camera, like, you know, anything, your photo gallery, you can go into the App Store, you can download an alternative, and you can make that your default app, and you can stop using the other one. That's good. But what Samsung have done, they've added lots of things like battery monitors and, you know, a dozen or so apps that you can get from the App Store. Now, I like the fact that, you know, it's good that they add maybe all these things that a lot of people might not even know that these things are available. They add it, they tie them all together in their own Samsung package. The problem is you can't disable them. Sorry, you can disable them, but you have to do it manually, and you can't remove them. And it just uses up space in your phone. It drains battery if it's still being in use. So yeah, there's a lot of things like that I don't like about it, and it's always pushed me towards phones that I don't mind one or two things being added to enhance the Android experience, but when they completely overwhelm you with what they think it should be, you know, you're forced using their skin. But it's good having the headphone jack. Losing the headphone hasn't been as annoying as it maybe could have been. You know, it's got one port. This phone's got one port. I would have liked a headphone jack. Where it's became a pain is that I can't charge and, you know, put in a microphone. So there was an issue. I did a live stream on my phone first time in a while a couple of weeks ago, and I put on the phone and I had the microphone attached, and the phone went from, like, say 78% battery down to 20% during that time. I think it was something like that because it was, you know, doing something intensive. And then it got to the point where I think it was on about an hour and a half, and the stream just shut off because I ran out of battery. But if I could charge and plug in a mic at the same time, which is what should be there, then that would be less of an issue. So that's one thing I would say about the S9, that the inclusion of a 3.5mm headphone jack is still welcomed. There's probably an adapter out there, I think, that does, you know, Type-C and a 3.5mm headphone jack that allows you to input a headphones or a microphone and charge at the same time. Hopefully. Yeah, not seen it yet though. I mean, the other thing, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. See I'm on the same website here. Wait, I'll search for this. Searchy. Right. So have you guys seen this? Nintendo Labo. The video's kind of interesting. It's like, I don't know. I saw some people saying it's quite expensive, and I guess it is. So basically what it is obviously designed for kids rather than adults. And I know a lot of adults play games as well. But essentially what they do is they give you these like cardboard kits. And, you know, just a plain bit of cardboard. And the kids have to fold all the cardboard up. And you can see here in the picture, like, you know, one kit will maybe make a fishing rod. And then you can turn it into a fishing rod for your game. And this one makes it looks like it's a motorbike. This one's a piano and it plays like a piano. And I think this is great. And, you know, if you've got kids, this is bringing back more that kids have to build and they have to actually do something. I think that's quite good. So they've got the piano, they've got all these different things. There's a house. Now £60. So this one seems to have the piano, the fishing rod. Was it the motorbike? There's something else there. And there's lots of games that come with these things. So there's a fishing rod game, there's a piano game. This one is like I don't know if this was a fighting game. And you become a robot. So you build a big robot pack in your back. Now it does seem expensive. Like when you think about it, they're just selling you cardboard. That's all they're selling you. So in that regard, yes, it is expensive. But it's, you know, it's all about experience, and I think it's good what they're doing. They're being innovative. This is Nintendo being Nintendo, and even if this isn't for you, even if it's only for kids, I think it's good that they're trying something new. Those delightful Japanese gamers. Yeah. Customization kit. It is a little bit expensive, I guess, but I guess they're throwing in a game as well. I think that's how they can justify the price. I think that's how they're doing it. I don't know. I'll wait and see the reviews. It looks quite interesting though. I like the concept. I like the concept of it. As far as let's set something else. As far as what it can do, I mean, I think there's, if you look, there's not as many companies out there taking risks in that way. EA isn't. Microsoft have dabbled in some things, but even Microsoft didn't really. I mean, they had initial success with their Kinect, but like, look at how quickly they dropped that for the Xbox One. I don't think it's even supported in games anymore, or is it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but they've kind of gave up on it. The other thing, right? So here's another thing, right? I still don't have Street Fighter 5. I don't think I've even played it. And I saw that the arcade edition is out. So this looks quite good. So I've got, what have I got? I've got Street Fighter 4 for the PlayStation 3. But I've not played 5 yet, so it'll be good to get back into that. Looks quite good. There's been, yeah, it's easy to lose track because it's not like with every version of Street Fighter, there's always like so many additions. There's like, you know, there's the Hyper Edition, there's the Turbo. There's always several variations of a game, and each game kind of builds upon the last one and adds a few more things and all that. So I think this one looks like you know, it's the latest one, so it should be the more complete one. Yeah, be fun to see what that's like. I want to pick up a Street Fighter game at one point. I've got, what have I got? I've got Mortal Kombat down the stairs. Something, I forget what games I've got. Man, see when you look at these, blogs and all that now, there's so much spam, so many adverts and just videos playing, and just does your head in. What was the other thing? There was something else I was looking for. So I just kind of logged into Engadget there, and they're saying the same thing. Is it overpriced or innovative? That's a lot of people saying that. That's the fishing rod game. You can see that you put your switch in it. It's almost, it's like an origami gaming setup. That's what it's like. I think it's an interesting concept. If you've got kids, it'd be interesting to see. I said this the other day as well. Seeing Gadget, I used to love looking on a Gadget. I always thought it was a fantastic website, but they've came to a website now where they basically upload a new article every hour or two, and lots of these things are just, like when Engadget first came out, it was news, but it was relevant news and reviews. But look at this now. Apple brings its redesigned App Store to the web. Right, okay. Like, how much of this just is irrelevant to 99% of people? Like, Airbnb cuts half of San Francisco listings. Right, is that a tech thing? Is that tech news? Airbnb is about, you know, renting apartments and renting flats and houses and all that kind of thing. And they're cutting it half in San Francisco. And this is on the front page of a technology website. Like how relevant is that to anything? It's just, this is the problem. Like, because I go on here, I used to always go to Engadget. You know, it's been around for a long time. Gizmodo and things like that as well. And you'd go on and you'd see, oh, this is the latest news. There's a new television release. There's a new computer release. There's a new whatever. But now they've got all this crap. Real-time collaboration. Right, okay, but it's just second Tomb Raider trailer. Right, so now it's got film reviews. Film trailers. I'm not saying this isn't... I mean, I'll probably end up going to see this film at one point. But why is a film trailer being advertised? Am I wrong here? Am I wrong here? Why is a technology website posting about bloody rentals, films, and social media? Let's go back to product reviews, tech news. Tell me the latest phones, tell me the latest gadgets. Facebook and YouTube are removing Tide Pod challenge videos. Who cares? Where's the good stuff? So clearly you can go down here and go to reviews and all that. I know that, guys. I know that, before anyone points that out. It's just a little bit annoying that, you know, a lot of good websites have did this, and they've went with the quantity over quality route. You know, they'll just, instead of doing a couple of good articles, they'll do an avalanche of crap articles, short articles, and that's how they make their money, through page views. Google's got a lot to answer for because they reward the websites that do that. Yeah. BlackBerry's still in there punching above their weight. Or sorry, punching below their weight, more like. I'd love to own a BlackBerry. I was very close, I was very close to buying the BlackBerry one that was out this year. I was very close to buying the one that had the integrated keyboard. That was actually what I came down to at the end. At the end, I was like, right, I don't want a Samsung apps. I want, you know, so I was swaying between the HTC U11 and the BlackBerry. What did they call it? Was it the one? Right. I need to show you guys now. Key one. I knew it was something like that. So that phone, I was very close to buying that. I really liked the idea that we went with that. It had a decent camera. Like, from an actual phone point of view, I thought the idea of having a physical keyboard would have been amazing, and I don't know. I'm kind of regretting. Maybe I should have got that. What put me off about that phone was the cameras weren't as good, things like that. So, as an overall package, this had better cameras and, you know, better across the board. But I love the idea of this integrated keyboard. I love it. But it'll be interesting to see if they just drop that. I assume they will. Yeah, these news websites just aren't as good as they used to be. There's too much crap. Entertainment. Why is entertainment on Engadget? Engadget. Why is it there? Very, very annoying. Yeah. The reviews are still there. I know that. I know that. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Razer phone. Let it do. I'm going to see if there's anything else. Upcoming phones. Let me know if you're watching what phone you have as well. Let me see. Where's the iPhone X? That's still expensive, isn't it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The price of the iPhone X is still ridiculous. In the UK, £1,000 for the small version. That's an insane amount of money for a phone. Absolutely insane. And I thought I was paying an insane amount of money paying 600. Surprised. I don't know if the LGs kind of, they brought out their, where is it? Oh, they don't have it here. They had the G6 and all that in the UK, but they didn't have the V30 range, like the V20, V30. But I think they were releasing. Oh, they've got the V30 now. That's another one that I should maybe check out soon because it has a really good camera. We'll see what they say. What was the I'm going to end the stream in about, I think about 30-40 minutes, just a heads up. The reason being, I'm going to go down the gym with my friend, but I might walk down. I'm tempted to walk down. Don't know where to take the car. The reason being, is this on? Oh, it's not. I think I might have drained the battery. Ah, right, okay. I'll show you what I mean. 2 seconds. I thought my camera was charging, but it's not. Right. Boom. There we go. Can you see that? Right. What I'm going to do is switch to this camera. So you want to see what I see? Let's see what I see. Right. Look at that. That's what I see. So that's what I'm seeing when I'm talking to you guys. I'm seeing myself there. Right. So I'll show you why I might just decide to walk down to the gym. Watch this. So, essentially, what was establishing there was the fact that it's snowing outside. I did that the other day. I was like, my car's actually pretty clean. I just have to wipe some snow off it. But the other day, I decided just to walk down to the gym. So it's like a 30-minute walk. Because I'm cooped up in here with all these computers all day long, I thought I need to get some exercise so I don't end up a big fatty. Not that there's anything wrong like that, but I want to stay at least a little bit slim. Yeah, so I might walk down. If that's the case, I need to leave a little bit earlier. During the stream yesterday, I played Call of Duty, and I've never been beaten so much at a game in my life. I was absolutely terrible, absolutely horrific. I was embarrassingly bad. The thing is, it's like, it's one of those things. I was trying not to. I was trying to, like, this is like, see when you're streaming a game, you want to. I'm not saying you're going to be trying to be funny, but at least make it entertaining. But honestly, I was starting to annoy myself because I was like, ugh, I was so bad. The problem is, like see when I used to play Call of Duty. When you first started the game, you would be put in with, well, obviously when it was new, you'd be put in with other beginners. So you'd be put in with other beginners, and you'd get, so it'd be like rank 1 versus rank 2 versus rank 7 versus rank 5. Everyone was a beginner, and then you progressed to the higher groups when you got more experience. But the problem is that there isn't a lot of players on PC, and the game has been out for a year and a half. So, you know, there's a limited amount of players playing the game. So what that meant was I was rank 1 going against guys that have been playing this game for a year and a half, day in, day out, and I got slaughtered. I think I'm still only like rank 4 or something like that, and I just got my ass kicked. There's lots of things I've not played the main game yet, but there's lots of things I'm still trying to figure out, like the jumping, like the sliding, all these things that I'm not used to playing it in Call of Duty, having these things. And I'm not having a chance to. I'm just getting slaughtered. And I think the last one, I had a couple of ones that weren't too bad. It was like 6 kills, 10 defeats, 10 deaths. But I think at the end I had like 4 kills, 17 deaths. I was being slaughtered, absolutely slaughtered. Yeah, it was it's not even fun at that point. I need to take a step back, and you know, if I'm ever going to play that game online again, I need to at least get to the level where I'm not someone's whipping boy. At least put on some sort of challenge. Right, okay. Okay. Right. Okay, where are we? I don't think I've got this set up where you can watch videos that I watch. I don't think so. I was just checking on I was going to see just what happens. See, when I'm streaming live, I just noticed it does this. Your current live streams. This is me watching myself, two watching. So there's not many people watching just now, but I appreciate those who are. It's kind of weird with the live streams. I don't know how it works. It's not just your ranking. See, as far as how many people watch, it's not just your ranking. It's obviously the timing and all that as well. If if you're based in America and you do a live stream in the middle of the night, there's less people to watch. But I don't know. See, 2 seems very low for this time of the day. But it's not like my channel's been punished or anything like that. It's you know, it's just whatever reason the ranking. I got no idea. Let me see. Let's search for some other things here. The other thing, the other website. I said this before, like as far as websites that I like. See, if you're looking for phone news, I've actually referred to this website a few times. This one, oops, that's the wrong camera. There we go. This one is, you know, if I'm trying to find out news about phones coming from China, that's a fantastic website. Giz China. It's kind of like the way that Engadget was in the beginning, before it went sucky. Now they post a lot of news as well, but at least they're only doing phones and tablets and things like that. It's a really good website though. I'm still like I'm really tempted to just buy a phone from China, but I'm at the same time, there's been so many news stories over the last year from malware and all these, you know, like you know, people spying on your phones and stealing your data and all that kind of thing. It's a little bit worrying. So I don't know. The interesting thing is that in the UK and the USA, it's only really the big players that release phones. So you maybe like 6 or 7 big phone companies. But over in China, there's dozens of companies releasing phones all the time, and you've got your big ones like Huawei and all that that are releasing phones. But look at these ones: Yophone, Blackview, Scion. So many different companies, and it's the same with action cameras. You know, like I need to use this more. I'm actually looking for reasons to use this because I've not been using it. It's a great look. It's got a lot of, it's not perfect. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, but it's a great little camera. The default mics are horrific, terrible. But I want to start using this more. But in hindsight, I shouldn't have bought this. I should have bought a 4K cheapo action camera from China. And I think that's true for the majority of people. For what you get with this, you know, there's action cameras are not as good as this, but they're about 200 rather than the bloody 500 whatever this costs. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But I need to start using it. My idea is to maybe go out with some friends in the car and we'll do some interviews and things like that. That'd be a good reason. If not, I'm just going to have to go out driving in the car myself and record. Oh, it's got the Moto Z3 there. Let's talk about Nintendo being innovative. Motorola's been pretty good the last few years as well. If you look at what they've been doing, like with the attachments in the back, what do they call it again? Is it Moto Play? You put all the different things. You can put a speaker, you can put a camera. Moto Mods, they call it. I like that. It's a kind of modular design, but Moto Mods. It doesn't seem to have really picked up. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you. So there you go. You can turn your phone. Where's all the different things? Is there a list of them? Right. So there's a smart speaker that you can attach. Is there not a list? Give me a list. Right, these are the different phones that use the Z4, Z2 Play. Okay, here we go. There we go. It's at the bottom of the page. So you've got one here that's just a Motofolio. That's just a case. This one's a printer, and it's designed to attach directly to your phone. You've got a smart speaker, Amazon Alexa. You've got a gamepad. I didn't know that was out actually. That's good. You've got a 360 camera. There's an what would you call it? Projector. You've got a sound boost, turbo power pack, and then there's the other one. This was a big one as well. See this one here, the Hasselblad True Zoom. That adds a really good camera on the back, like a full-inch sensor. Turns into a camera essentially. I looked at this before. The Moto Mods. I think I did a video about it, and the video is the mods are. Like at the time, there was only a few things out. There was a speaker, there was a case, and speaker, case, camera. But they've added quite a few ones now. The JBL speakers were apparently brilliant, and it comes with a built-in battery. This one adds wireless charging. This one adds power. It's like a Mophie pack. There's a Sound Boost 2. Looks like it's an upgrade. Splash-proof coating, projector, 360 camera. The gamepad. So I like that idea as well. I mean, that looks like it essentially turns your phone into a system, you know, like a PSP or something. They've added a lot. The problem is obviously you can only use one at a time. So, but it basically allows people to add whatever's most important to them. You know, if you play your music a lot from your phone, you would add the speaker. If you take photos, you would add the camera. If you want wireless charging, you would add that. If you want a power pack, which is kind of like Mophie, you could add that. There's a projector and there's a gamepad. It's quite good. But it still hasn't went mainstream. That's the thing, it still hasn't went mainstream. So until it does, I don't think any of the major players will be doing it. But fair play to Motorola. I've not looked at the reviews of these new ones. These are new, these ones. But I like the idea. I'd like the idea of one that adds a really good microphone or something in the case, or I think a battery pack or something like that is good. Yeah, I like the concept. I do like the concept, even though it's not been adopted as much as it should have been. I do like the concept. Yeah, let's see. I've not caught up. Someone was asking that. In fact, a few people have asked that. Someone asked yesterday. Someone asked the other day, and they were asking me, "What's your thoughts on CES?" And I really didn't pay attention to it this year. I normally follow all the news and all that, but I really didn't pay attention just because I was so busy with other things. I didn't really do it. So, on that note, the fact that I was lazy and I didn't do it, and I should have been covering things like that. Gizmodo, I think they were a split off of Engadget years ago. They've got the coolest tech. So what have we got here? 3D soundbar, a Sennheiser soundbar, right? Okay. A $4,000 treadmill was one of the coolest things. It offers a running machine based on popular internet-connected spinning machines. Functions as a mini home workout studio. 32. So it's a treadmill, or you could walk, and you can do what? $4,000. That's a hell of a lot of money. Wallet card. Right, so this one, 65 e-ink screen. Alright, that's interesting. So this, starting off with a Seinfeld reference, with his Filofax. So basically this would, a wallet card would replace all the different cards in your wallet. That's a fantastic idea. That really is fantastic. I like that. I really like the idea of that. Yeah, I like that. So use it. So that's ink there. See the little square? That's ink. So that would show you, you know, you've got your, you could see your credit limit and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I like that. That's one of the things you see and you go, yeah, that should actually be a thing already. Dubbed the Ultra Game Boy. God, this looks great. I missed this as well. See, there's so many things I've missed. Okay, so Hyperkin is releasing their own remake. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I want to keep tabs on that. Vive Pro and Vive wireless adapters. I've still not really been into the VR thing. Optane memory, right? So most new motherboards have support for Optane memory, but there was kind of smaller sizes like 16, 32 gigabytes. So it's going to be faster than traditional RAM, so you can use it as a boot drive. 118 gigabytes would probably be enough for a boot drive, I would say. I need to check that out. That'd be good for a boot drive. A lot of people were saying to use Optane with traditional hard drives. Right. QLED TVs. As the television, television industry has always been one where they need a gimmick. You know, whether it was 720p, then 1080p, and then it was 3D. They tried to push for years, and now it's 4K, and now they're going to try. You know, they need something for people to. They need a reason for people to upgrade. Yeah, it's interesting. Gonna have to check that out. Right, so I have been streaming for about 52 minutes or so, and basically no one's turned up and commented. Why wasn't nobody want to play with me? Yeah, so it's been a quiet day. It's been a terrible time to stream, obviously. But I shall persist. I'll do another stream soon. I'll do some more videos over the next few days as well if I can. So if you watch this later, sorry you missed it. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and all that. But it's been a fairly quiet hour. So I'll probably call it quits at that, because I've been talking for an hour myself and not conversing with anyone, and there comes a point where you just start going a little bit crazy. Okay guys, thanks for watching guys, those who did. I'll catch you all soon, and yeah, if there's anything you want to feature in a new video soon, let me know. But until then, double thumbs up and all that. Speak to you all soon. Thank you.